Welcome to the Dawgs Table. Hosted by Craig Fountain and Jared Fatty Bates. Get access to special guests, anyone can join the Dawgs Table. Find the link to join the show in the comments when we go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Periscope, and everywhere on the BIGPLAY network. Here's your hosts, Craig Fountain and Jared Fatty Bates.
We are live here in the month of February, and I just got excited because I saw Norman in our chat already. Norman is back!
What's happening, Norman? Thanks for joining. I'm your host, Craig Fountain, here with Jared Fatty Bates. We have Chris and Craig, and we have Andrew here. We have
And you froze up already.
time ever for our live show. We have Landon joining. He just commented, Jared is my favorite. We can't show TikTok comments yet, but he did say, Fatty, you're his favorite. So
Well, I hope
that's
so.
not cool. Nicole's over there. Nicole's in TikTok. So Andrew, appreciate you joining. We got Red Leg. For those of you that haven't seen the show before, we are the Dawgs Table, a Cleveland Browns roundtable discussion show. Anybody can join. When the time is right, we will put the link in the comments so you can join the show and chat along with us. If you are on Twitter or TikTok, you're going to have to head over to Facebook or YouTube or DM us, and hopefully we catch it to get you the link. Yeah, we are sponsored also, by the way, by Labatt Blue, Remax Edge Realty, the JC Group, and we are part of the BIGPLAY network. So Team BIGPLAY. Appreciate everybody joining. Red Leg wants to welcome Norman back. Question. All right, we're starting off with questions pretty quick. I'm here for it. Jared, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do we re-sign Jadeveon Clowney?
You know something? I would love to, but it all depends on that price tag. And you know something? That price tag might be a little too steep when you can find somebody in the draft, a younger guy. But the way he played this year, the way he did, and the other thing, you know something? I think he actually will join us, is because I think he actually had fun this year. He actually had fun on a team against Myles Garrett, alongside Myles Garrett. Granted, there was a little bit of drama filled in that we're getting ready for Fatty's on fire a little bit later. I'm about to lose my hat, my headphones,
Everything. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Fatty's on fire.
This has been building up since you and I talked on Saturday?
Yeah.
So it's been a few days. It's been a few days that this has kind of been festering in the belly, and I can't wait for that to come out. But I would love to have him back. I think they should sign him. He did a great job against the run and everything else, but also we'll see if he wants to come back. That's the big thing. They're going to offer him what they think is fair. It is if he wants to take it.
All right. So we have a Dearness Johnson question. Dearness Johnson, is he on a tender? So he is going to be a restricted free agent officially for 2022. So, I don't imagine a scenario in which Dearness Johnson wants to hang out in Cleveland behind Chubb and Hunt, and we can't really fault him for that. And he could probably start or play a large role on a few teams in the league. Justin says he's a shut up and take my money player, referring to Jadeveon Clowney. Norman says Clowney had his best season in a long time. He and Miles go together. Minimal injury issues this year, which is big. He wasn't a 16-game player, but he's never been a 16-game player. If you can get 13, 14 games out of him, that's probably a win with the way his track record is. But he had an outstanding season. I'd love to see him. He is worth a ton to the right team. I think he's talking about Dearness Johnson. Maybe he's talking about Jadeveon. Don't think he's coming back, unfortunately. Good running back, just no room for him. It's a tough room. Can you guys hear me all right? I'm getting internet warnings on my StreamYard over here.
Oh, you're fuzzy.
I'm fuzzy?
Yeah, you're a little fuzzy, a little delayed.
Have I been the whole time?
A little bit, at least on my side. But I don't know what they say. But, as it goes for Dearness, I mean, they drafted Demetric Felton. There's a reason why he's on the team. I think as soon as Hunt is healthy again, you got your 1-2 punch with a little scat back in Demetric. And I think I would love to have Dearness back, but I mean, that's extra money that you really don't need. You already spent money in your 2 running backs. So video is fuzzy for this guy or that guy or that guy.
You gotta get your left and right.
I know it's hard. Everything's stopped.
Okay, I'm tweaking my mic real quick. All right, Fatty.
Yes, sir.
Handle our. Let's get to our Twitter poll. While I'm doing that, and we do a weekly Twitter poll here on the Dawgs Table. So here we go.
Everybody's saying it's you, Craig. So you better bounce out and get your ass back in here.
All right, my internet is not agreeing with me apparently.
So our Twitter poll brought you. Oh, he left. I don't think we have a sponsor for our Twitter poll, but I'm not 100% completely sure about that. But let me go in here because he has all the shit in places that I am not allowed to go. And this is why I run my show and not this show, because I screw everything up. So our Twitter poll is, should it matter? There he is. Should it matter Browns fans root for in the Super Bowl this year? Yes or no? All right. And Craig actually came up with this one. I had another one, but it was not TVMA, I guess I would say, for the show. So I had to dub it. Well, we had to go PG-13. But the Twitter poll, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, we got the Rams, we got the Bengals. I mean, should we root for anybody? Like, I'm not personally, but we'll get to it here in a second. Anybody in the comments? What do we got in the comments here? We got nope. Is Cole quit the plans? Or what do you do a place kicker? Mitchell Dawson. Yes, we get that too. They did sign a punter today, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he's on like the practice squad, to come back and try out. But yeah, we definitely need a kicker, especially after watching Cincinnati. So no cheering for Cincinnati. I get it, Norman. I get it. And I'm watching commercials, all I care about. Normally, I would actually do that too, but some of the commercials lately have been just a kind of a shit show for me. I miss the old days of the Budweiser frogs and Bud Light frogs. Is Craig frozen? Am I by myself?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm just frozen.
Yeah, now you're getting it. Now you're getting back
Okay.
into it. You're gonna be fuzzy. It's okay.
Yeah. As long as you can hear me, I suppose. I'm working on it on my end, but it's also distracting me. So keep on rolling.
Stop with the ADD and let's get back into this because here we go. Go Rams. Matt Stafford deserves a ring. And you know something? Yes, that man does for being with Detroit for how long he was with Detroit. That man definitely deserves a ring. And I get it. And Chris, you have no footing in this because all your kids, besides one, are Bengals fans. So I wouldn't hear no shit from you. You raised them wrong. What school is Charlton from? I have no clue. Do you know, Craig?
The punter that we
Yeah.
signed? No, no clue.
No clue. He's frozen. Now I'm moving slowly and fuzzy. You better get your internet connection down.
All right. I'd
guy-
rather bow out for like 3 minutes right now than deal with this the whole episode. So you got this?
Unfortunately, I guess.
Okay. All right. I'll be back.
It wouldn't be the first time. All right. So we're going to get into the actual answer here. Twitter poll of the week. Should it matter who the Browns root for in Super Bowl this year? 21% say yes. 78% say no. And I'm kind of with the 78% because I don't want either one of them. Oh my God. Can you imagine the amount of shit that Tennessee. Thank you, Craig. Tennessee. But you got devil's advocate on one side and you got the devil on the other side, which we'll get into that a little bit later. But I mean, would you rather root for OBJ or the third AFC North team to make it to the Super Bowl in the last 10 years? Kind of hard pill to swallow as a Browns fan. That's just my opinion. Craig's sort of back. And he's back out again. Let me throw, something? Here. I'm going to do this because I hate doing a show by myself. I'm throwing the comments up here. Anybody wants to hop in with me? It is up in the comments now. Please join me. I do have to give the Bengals kudos, though, because they have played some seriously tough games to get to the Super Bowl. And I honestly thought the 49ers were going to beat the Rams, but, 49ers kind of snuck in under the radar. But kudos to the Bengals because, something, they're probably one of the teams, they're almost, and I know we are too. Norman's here. Let me bring Norman in. What's going on, Norman?
Whoops, there we go. Hey, how you doing?
And Redleg is here in the dog pen. What's going on, Redleg?
Hey, guys. Hey, Norman, welcome back, man. Been missing you.
I know. Working nights kind of messes me up sometimes.
Yeah, right on, man, for sure.
Right, bud. No, so, I mean, what do you guys think about Cincinnati getting into the Super Bowl? Like, I'm not upset. I'm hurt is more what it is. Like, I'm butthurt. I'm butthurt as a Browns fan to have Cincinnati, who has not beat Baker Mayfield and not beat the Browns in 2 years, are in the Super Bowl right now. Like, I'm like, it's almost like watching Big Ben's old ass with a walker come out and beat us. Like, this is where we're at. It's frustrating as a Browns fan. I mean, it is seriously frustrating because I even said, like, this is kind of the worst Super Bowl that could happen to Browns fans. And hey, and I love Twitter because Twitter got ruthless on me about that. Like, I said it's like being stuck in a ditch and nobody can pull you out of the ditch. And everybody's like, we've been stuck in a ditch since 1964. I get that. But like this is like the worst case scenario because you got the one guy who quit on your team who's in a Super Bowl now, and then you have the other team in Ohio that you have beat up on for like the past 6 years in the Super Bowl now.
Yep. If I could interject right here.
Go ahead, Norman.
Despite what happened with OBJ, I tend to, in most cases, not worry about someone who is no longer on the team. If they were like a good player, and we were sad to see him go. You know, if they're successful against in any way that doesn't hurt us, then I'm happy for him. In his case, I'm really not feeling anything one way or the other because really don't have all the facts on who initiated what was really said in the locker room, those kind of things. But OBJ is in LA. He's like the number 3 wide receiver, but he's started making plays in critical moments, at least in the 2 playoff games that they played.
Hey, Norman, real quick. It's amazing when you make plays with the top wide receiver of the NFL and another one that's better. You're the 3rd wide receiver on that team. Of course, you're going to make plays because they're getting doubled elsewhere. I'm not fire yet.
But my point about that is, and I've kind of said this to people on Facebook, he was the number 1 guy in Cleveland and therefore was the number 1 focus in Cleveland. And I'm beginning to think that when he wasn't consistently like blowing up the stat sheet, he was feeling that pressure. And that pressure started hitting him more and more, especially this year, when he was dropping balls that was hitting him right here or hitting him in his hands. You know, he was putting 2 hands on it and the ball fall out. It would hit him in the chest and he not catch it. So he had a lot of drops, which a lot of the Baker haters don't want to acknowledge about any of the receiving core. For some reason, it was some of them had a few, but others had too many. And he was one of those that it was more like 60-40 when he was like dropping the ball. But he's doing his thing over there. That's fine. I'm more or less cheering for people like Stafford, who played his whole career up until now in Detroit. And I'm not slamming Detroit because Detroit kind of has some bad mojo like Cleveland does. And he made Megatron, he got him into the Hall of Fame. Okay. He got Megatron into the Hall of Fame because he was throwing the ball to him all the time. Okay. So this guy was a legit quarterback. You got him around a team, sort of like what happened when Ben came in the league and he had a ready-made team, and all he had to do was just not turn the ball over, and they went to the Super Bowl and won it, right? But I'm not rooting for Cincinnati. They in Ohio. They are the younger brother, you could say, for Cleveland. Okay. Paul Brown is the father of both franchises. They've been to the Super Bowl now 3 times. We haven't gotten there yet. Why in the hell would I cheer for them? Before anybody win the Super Bowl, it's got to be Cleveland first. Then after that, I can maybe cheer for them when they get a chance. But then they had 3 shots. Okay, so I'm hoping this is not 3rd time the charm or nothing. I just want them done. Okay, but the bottom line is whether they win it or lose it, they can't brag to us about anything when we say, "Who's your daddy?" That's Browns.
That's right.
Absolutely.
So, Red Leg, who are you rooting for?
God, I'm not rooting for either. I just I don't want to see Odell win. That's it. I just, that's one thing. It's one thing to say you're just leaving the team for one reason, to say you're not happy, whatever happens to be. But then you have a story come out that you're going against the team before the season starts. I can't support that. I still wish him well. I hope he does well. Just I don't want to see him win. He's chasing the ring. I hope he fails in that. I just wish the other teams would have won. It's been a little bit different matchup.
Well, we got Justin in for the dog pit. Justin, what do you think? Who are you rooting for? Northern Kentucky Bengals?
Yeah, I'm going for Northern Kentucky Bengals. I mean, think about it. Yeah, they are technically an Ohio team.
We're all trying to figure out what's on your head.
I was getting a haircut.
Oh, I gotcha.
But yeah, I'm going for Northern Kentucky Bengals. I mean, they're technically an Ohio team.
Are you sure? Because if the river just golfs it, they're not.
But you think Burrow was an Ohio State quarterback, and he's from Athens.
Yeah, well, Ben
No,
was from what? Someplace in Ohio.
He was born in Lima and went to Findlay, or from Findlay or something like that.
He was from Dayton, wasn't he?
No,
He's from Athens.
No.
No.
We're talking about Big Ben.
Big Ben, yeah. Yeah, he was
Oh
born.
no, not Dayton. It was
Yeah, he
it
was
was
born
a part
in
of
Lima,
Ohio near Toledo.
Findlay. He's from
Yeah.
Findlay.
Well, I mean, you're in the West
A
Coast.
little bit.
By the way, Red Leg,
Yes.
stop sending me pictures of Cupid. You're going to get you're going to get upset with you.
So good though. I gotta share the love, man.
I know you do. So, Craig, who are you rooting for, bud?
I'm rooting for LA. I couldn't give two shits if OBJ's on that team. I'm rooting for Stafford. OBJ knows that he's only been there part of the season. He'll never admit it, but the Cooper Kupp got him there, Robert Woods got him there, Van Jefferson got him there, that running back core got him there, Sean McVay got him there, Matt Stafford got him there, Jalen Ramsey, that defense got him there, Aaron Donald. This isn't the OBJ Rams. I don't give two shits if he's on the Rams. That's not gonna stop me from rooting for them. And some people just can't handle it. I don't think it matters, but I'm not rooting for a division rival. I don't care what state they're from. If they're the closer one to home, don't care. I'm rooting for the Rams. So,
by the way, I just got the best text ever. Come on, from Voice of Land podcast.
Yeah,
Big Play Network said he's rooting for the homemade jambalaya that's going to come out for Super Bowl.
Oh man. All right, so Fatty, who are you rooting for?
I'm not rooting for anybody. I'm
All
just,
right.
I'm kind of like I'm rooting for the commercials because for me, this is like the worst case scenario that could happen because the Bengals are supposed to be where the Browns are, and OBJ is playing. Like 32 teams completely cut him and said, "No, we don't want to pick him up for that." And then one team goes, "Oh, we'll sign you off waivers." Like seriously, like come on, like the NFL's not fixed. It's fixed.
Nicole on TikTok says she is rooting for Eminem. So
I'll go with Long. Hopefully, he doesn't hurt his fingers.
So my kids aren't super sheltered, but the Super Bowl halftime show always makes me super nervous because it's always borderline not what you want your kids to see.
No,
I think
You guys are still too traumatized by what happened with Janet Jackson.
There it comes.
I love Janet Jackson. That was
I don't know any man alive who was complaining about that.
And I'm not mad at her for having that wardrobe malfunction. I'm not saying she did it on purpose because I don't think she did. But hey, what did Predator say to one of his victims? Shit happens.
Yep. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's on national TV. I'm glad I got to all that.
All right. So we were planning on leading off with some around the NFL news, but things got a little chaotic. So since Chris brought it up, how could we forget? Tom Brady officially retired today, we think. So let's go ahead and take a moment and give Tom Brady some silence. We're gonna take a moment of silence for Tom Brady. All right, that's enough. I don't.
Is that a ball deflating? I hear.
Yeah, that's a ball deflating.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta get finished my haircut and go to bed.
All right,
Yeah, I got mine already.
I believe we do have Tampa Bay next year. Greg Newsome tweeted out. So I'm going off of what he said. He said that we were going to play him next year, and I think he was disappointed he didn't get to face Tom Brady. But I guess it'll probably be Kyle Trask or hopefully one of those guys I don't want in Cleveland. So
hopefully Kyle Trask because a whole bunch of his rookie cards.
Me too, man.
I have a lot of Kyle Trask rookie cards.
Let me tell out the autographs I'm hoping for, baby. Let me tell you. Come on.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, Kyle Trask? Who the hell is that guy? Oh, he's Tom Brady's backup. He'll do good in San Francisco.
Hey,
Yeah, come on, Kellen Mond. Yeah, all right.
I tell you guys this. I really don't believe that Brady's going to retire until the season starts.
Oh, he's
Because he's done this before.
Oh no.
And the fact that he said it so soon, or sort of said it, I'm sitting there like, okay, let's wait for the draft. Let's see what happens. Because see, that's the telling point. Because that's kind of how Green Bay had that schism with Favre and my new person I don't like in the NFL, Aaron Rodgers. When he said he was going to retire, move on, they were like, okay, well, we'll just go ahead and go with this guy we've been seasoning on the bench, and then just before he gets ready to play, all of a sudden, okay, I want to come back and play. So I want to make sure they get him signed, and he got some kind of like, I'm not going to come back and stir no trouble up by saying I want to play again, because I don't know. I think he was kind of upset that his season kind of got cut short, and maybe that's why he's feeling like, okay, I done won enough, I'm done. But I'm pretty sure he'd rather go out winning one. I thought if they had went to the Super Bowl and won it, he would have retired then. So
Yeah.
All right. So Chris is asking, I just heard Craig say he hopes it's Trask and not one of the guys he wants. Who do you want? Actually, I don't want anybody. I said I hope it's one of those guys that I don't want. And I want to let you guys down easy, but let me give you a list of people who are not going to be in Cleveland next year. Aaron Rodgers is not going to be a Cleveland Brown. Russell Wilson is not going to be a Cleveland Brown. Jimmy Garoppolo is not going to be a Cleveland Brown. Mitchell Trubisky, not going to be a Cleveland Brown. Derek Carr, not going to be a Cleveland Brown. Kirk Cousins, not going to be a Cleveland Brown. None of these guys make sense. Not one single one of these guys makes sense. Not even a little bit.
Thank you.
You could go get Aaron Rodgers, and you could maybe make a run at a Super Bowl, maybe. But you would have to mortgage all those years in production you could potentially get out of Baker Mayfield for that 1 year. You don't go get Aaron Rodgers and keep Baker around. Russell Wilson, if he can't do it with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and Pete Carroll and Chris Carson, not happening. Not happening. Kirk Cousins with Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, not happening. Derek Carr, nobody would have wanted him to even back up Baker Mayfield before this past year. Nobody liked Derek Carr until this year. He got a couple wins and squeaked into the playoffs with an interim coach, and now everybody thinks he's elite. Not happening. Most importantly, the most important one I want to say is Deshaun Watson is not going to be a Cleveland Brown. And if he is, I'm staying off media and social media until. Do you guys understand how much shit we've been giving Pittsburgh fans for having a quarterback that had sexual assault allegations against him? Not 24, 2. You know,
that we know of. That we know of. You know, and Deshaun Watson has, 24 allegations. Well, one of those people recanted.
So we're down to 23.
Yeah, so one person recanted.
And I don't even, could DK Metcalf be a Brown? Maybe, but I'm really not.
Is he a free agent?
No. See, here's the thing. I'm really not into speculation when it comes to players that may or may not be available. So it's really awesome for people to be like, oh, yeah, just go get Russell Wilson. Just like that.
No, we're getting like Cooper Kupp. We're getting Cooper Kupp, man. What are you talking about?
We're getting Cooper Kupp. We're getting, you want to talk about Chris Godwin or Mike Williams? Sure, we can have that discussion. They're both going to be free agents. They're not re-signed yet. You want to talk
Robinson.
Allen Robinson. There's guys that we can talk about. Nobody wants to talk about who's actually available. Kyle Shanahan didn't commit to Jimmy G today. Immediately, our Cleveland media started posting articles. Jimmy G is officially available, and the Browns would be dumb not to take a look at him, or at least think about it. They didn't say.
You know what? Hold on, I gotta say something about this, because Jimmy G's not the only one, and you already mentioned about from the Raiders.
Derek Carr.
It's like the opposite of what they're doing to Baker Mayfield. In 2020, everybody was on board with Baker Mayfield. He has an injury-plagued year with injuries to his mobility and, more importantly, to his throwing motion, which is affecting the most important aspect of why they drafted him is his accuracy at distance. Okay, that was being affected. So they automatically saying he's just being a trash player. Let's get rid of him. And then these guys who are like, they were dogging on Facebook, on Twitter, Brown's Twitter. They were dogging these guys, talking about, oh, like when somebody said, well, what about Derek Carr? They said, like, are you kidding? Are you stupid? Are you high? Whatever. Now all of a sudden they have one good year and they're all over there like, oh my God, we got to go get this guy. I'm telling you right now, all of these negative Nancy's or, you know, people I keep telling pessimism is a weakness. These guys just, it's like they're millennials or something. They just want instant gratification. Oh, we didn't get something that made us feel good this year.
You're
Let's
talking
throw
to
it
a
out.
bunch of millennials here, I think, Norman. Better be
I can't
careful.
help it. I'm old.
Radio guy, thank you for joining on TikTok. It's our first TikTok live. Appreciate you coming in.
I think the wildest thing though is you get these the Baker hater crowd, right? They treat this year as if it's Baker's absolutely normal level of play year, and it's just like, what football game are you watching? This is nowhere near where Baker plays. It's the strangest thing in the world. Like, I don't understand that mentality. Yeah, you don't want to be here. That's fine. But, like, don't get into psychosis thinking it's normal. Like, ugh.
What'd you guys think of Johnny Manziel? Bluegrass Beard, thank you for joining the show.
The juice is here.
That's the juice. That's the juice. He's got the followers.
I know he does.
He's got the followers.
I'll say about Manziel what I said about Brady Quinn.
All right, but did you see what happened over the weekend? There's a specific incident on Twitter that I'm referring to.
Oh, tell me about it. I missed it.
All right, so here's what happens. Johnny Manziel's Twitter bio said "good vibes only," and then he changed it. I'm going to paraphrase here because I don't have it right in front of me. He changed it to "good vibes only," but Cleveland sucks. Okay. In his Twitter bio. So people started attacking him, and then he started retweeting these comments of Cleveland fans that were giving him shit for being a piece of garbage. And he's saying things like, I take Jimmy Haslam's money to the bank every day. How could I be upset? Or how could I hate life? I'm loving it. He was just, people were absolutely destroying him. And he said that his Heisman Trophy is greater than the Browns. That's the only accomplishment he needed. He said he would have paid to get out of Berea. That he hated it here. I mean, he took the gloves off, and he upset a lot of people. But
that's how he came to the Browns too. He didn't want to be here.
He didn't want to be here. It's hard to find hookers and blow in Berea.
That's not what he was saying during the draft process.
Right.
And I think he's doing this to be relevant again or something, because he's been quiet. Other than there's certain people, whenever you bring up Johnny Manziel's name, they go like, "Oh my God, what a mistake that was!" You know, like Ryan Leaf, for example. You know, it's like you know, this guy came in, had so much promise and everything, and then he came in. And one reason why I said I compared him to Brady Quinn. It's not the same, but it's a similar point here. Quinn, listening to his agent, held out so long that he was not in training camp picking up the offense. So by the time they signed him, he didn't know what he was doing because he evidently wasn't looking at his playbook. And it went downhill from there, even though he had the physical tools to be a good quarterback. Manziel, again, he had the physical tools. He just didn't have the mental focus to want to learn the offense.
So let me see Craig's comment here. Did you see who Nick Cannon got pregnant? It's Johnny Manziel's ex-wife or ex-girlfriend. So tweet of the week. All right, there's been so much on Twitter. All right. So tweet of the week again. I'm gonna paraphrase, and I wish I'm gonna have to find it and give him credit on the next show because I forget who tweeted it out. But somebody said, "Did you see Nick Cannon got Johnny Manziel's ex-wife pregnant?" Which is great because it'll be a better football player than if it was Johnny's kid, because he'll have a cannon. because he'll have a cannon. So yeah, I don't know. Nick Cannon, that's a whole different.
You know what? I'm almost thinking I want to check this out tonight because I'm like, he lost a child recently from, I guess, an ex-girlfriend, but I didn't think she was the ex, or she was just somebody maybe he was on and off again with, but he just lost a child last year.
Johnny Manziel did?
No, Nick Cannon.
Cannon, yeah. He
did. So hearing this news, I'm like, say what?
Bluegrass Beard on TikTok says Twitter is undefeated. It's my favorite place for football content. I love all forms of content. I probably spend more time on TikTok just because it makes me laugh all day long. But I love Twitter.
We got trolled on Twitter today.
We did get trolled on Twitter today.
Told that their exact words were "we fucking suck."
I think something like that.
Wait a minute, what they say?
Yeah, that's what somebody said on her page. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. You're talking to the wrong people here, bro. Like,
all right, so we got through the Twitter poll, right? We showed the results. Are you ready, Fatty, for Fatty's on Fire?
No, we got to do Dog of the Week.
You want to do the Dog of the Week first?
Yeah, we got to do
All right. Let's go to Dog of the Week. All right. So if this is your first time joining the show, just so you know, every week we do a Dog of the Week, and it is a City Dogs of Cleveland Dog of the Week that is an adoptable dog from the City Dogs of Cleveland. We feature a dog, and you can connect with the dog through them or through us and adopt the dog. Then we give you, during the regular season, an offensive or defensive MVP. We call it our offensive defensive Dog of the Week. But let's get to our adoptable dog. Here we go. All right. So this week's Dog of the Week is.
Hold on. Before you do Daddy-O, are we going to announce the 14th?
No, not yet. You always do this during the Dog of the Week. We got to do the Dog of the Week first. You said let's do the Dog of the Week.
Fatty's
ADD. Uh-oh. That's it. I'm bringing on Brad Ward.
I like Brad.
So do we. We're just giving them a hard time because they like to argue.
I was part of this pregame process.
Okay. All right. Here we go. City Dogs of Cleveland Dog of the Week. Daddy-O. There's a picture of Daddy-O there. Daddy-O is a total personality. His signature move is wiggling around on his back in the play yard while holding on to one of his favorite toys. His joy for toys and life is in general is infectious. He seems like his own favorite comedian and will keep you laughing too. He could probably play all day. He is also a treat friend and fiend, and certainly does not want to miss his dinner. He'll let you know if you're taking too long to hand over the goods in a funny, ornery old man kind of way. Daddy-O is a strong boy who can be active, but he seems like with some regular moderate exercise or playtime, he'll be happy to do lots of hanging out and relaxing on his favorite dog bed or armchair. And really, we can't wait to see him comfortable and relaxing on a comfy couch of his own. Daddy-O is estimated to be around 10 years old and weighs a burly 65 pounds. And you can reach City Dogs of Cleveland at City Dogs CLE on Twitter, at City Dogs Cleveland on Facebook, or you can call them at 216-664-3476. And those are our friends over the City Dogs of Cleveland. Bluegrass Beard said, well, he definitely has the best name of the week.
Daddy-O.
Yeah, absolutely. And City Dogs of Cleveland is a great organization. They work closely with the Cleveland Browns. They had a concession stand that benefited the dogs at First Energy Stadium throughout the year. And we've met them at fan meetups and done tailgates with them, and they're an absolute treasure. If you have trouble getting a hold of them or would prefer to go through us, we will connect you with the right person to arrange a meet and greet with Daddy-O. All right, so let's go through our Dogs of the Week, and then we'll make our announcements, Fatty. Is that all right? Okay, all right.
Hey, I'm just co-hosting right now. Tell me what to do.
All right. Divisional championship round. It's supposed to be conference championship round. See, I messed it up. Conference championship round. Offensive dog of the week. And that was Bills and Chiefs. Fatty, who do you give it to?
Bills and Chiefs. I thought we were talking about.
I'm sorry, Bengals and Chiefs. I forgot the Bengals were relevant. It was a.
I don't want to say anything about anybody. I'm going to go rookie kicker. That McPherson kid's got some stones on him.
Yeah, he does.
The Bengals kicker.
Yeah.
He's got some confidence. Now, here's what happens though, and I wonder how long this will be sustainable because psychologically that position is so tough. It only takes one bad kick, and he'll be Greg the Leg.
Yeah,
A legend that wasn't.
We'll see. He's got him this far.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to go with Joe Burrow. The leadership. I got to go with Joe Burrow. Strong game. He did what he had to do to win, and they were down 21-3. 21-3. Big comeback.
Yeah. Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Or 21-10 at halftime.
Yeah. Down by 11.5. Yeah.
Yeah. So nice comeback. I didn't think they would be able to catch back up with the Chiefs. Not the way the first half went, but got to give it to Joey B. What about you, Redleg?
I'm kind of obvious one. I mean, kicker's probably number one there, but Jamar Chase, the dude is something else. Just Jamar Chase. I mean, I don't really talk much about the Bengals.
Norman, what do you think?
Well, I like to do one for each team. Tyreek Hill for the Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
Because the first time when the Bengals beat them during the regular season, week 16, 17, something like that, they had limited him to like 40 yards. I remember the announcer saying that. And then all of a sudden in this game, he was just running in the open spaces and the ball was coming to him. So I'm gonna give him that for that. And then I'm on board with the kicker as some people really discount kickers, but I want to give this kid props, even though he's on the enemy's team. I would like for us to find somebody that's doing what he's doing, because close games, you need somebody like him, like Baltimore has, now that Cincinnati has, and we would be smart to be focusing on that just as much as we're going to be focusing on someone like Garrett Wilson in the draft. More on that later. But yeah, I like the kicker.
Hey, did anybody hear the stones on this kid? Like, there's a rumor, like right before the AFC Championship game, he went out for that final kick. He goes, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship, and then went out and kicked the field goal. I'm like, get the stones on that kid. Like, come on.
It's wild.
You know what? He's been automatic this year. The worst analogy I can think of, because I don't like him, but I respect him, is Steph Curry. he just gets up to the point, ball's going in. So until he has some kind of a bad streak, which who knows, it might not never come. Whatever he's doing to be doing what he's doing now, he'd be smart to keep that up. Maybe even call old boy in Baltimore and get some pointers, pick his brain, and just be consistent. When they was in the conference championship game, they was giving him some other kind of funky nickname, but in the divisional round, I heard his teammates call him Money. And so far, the bank is full.
They call him Money, Big Bank, Big Bankerson. They call him Scrooge.
We're still talking about the kicker, right?
Oh yeah.
The official nickname is Shooter.
Shooter.
Because they keep doing this. Yeah.
Shooter.
They call him Shooter too. Joe Shiesty, is that the worst nickname ever? I think it's the worst nickname ever.
No.
Shiesty?
Hey.
No, I don't like that one.
No, you know what they should be calling him, and I tweeted this out. They should be calling him Smoking Joe because every time he wins, he's got a cigar in his mouth.
Yep.
Smoking Joe is what they should be calling him.
Okay, that's another one. Yeah.
Camel Cigarettes will sue him, and it'll be something fierce. Yeah, it's all right.
Bluegrass Beard says Money McPherson on TikTok.
There it is.
Money
Mac.
Money Mac. There you go. That's what I'm saying.
Shooter McGavin says Craig. What about the on the other side in the NFC? We had the Rams and the 49ers. Cooper Cup. I mean, yeah. Chew in. All right, next. Defensive dog of the week. Fatty, you got anybody in mind?
Going AFC or NFC?
Both.
I
meant to combine them, and then it didn't happen.
Well, I know. We'll do. So AFC, I gotta give the Bengals defensive coordinator props for changing up. You're down 21-10. You held them right. You held Tyreek Hill out of the end zone right at half, and then you came out. You got the ball back, and you shut down Patrick Mahomes in the second half. Kudos to you, dude. Now, granted, their defense played great, but you can't go wrong with Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's just a
beast.
Motherfucker. Let's just be honest.
So my guy, and I can't even remember who it was. I can just see the play. At the very end of the game on Cincinnati, one of the linemen, I think he was number 68. The guy that pushed Mahomes back, that guy sealed the deal for the Bengals because they were driving. They were driving at the end, and that guy messed it all up. So
yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, but I can see.
Yeah, would you?
Red leg.
What's the question again? The
defensive dog of the week. Doesn't matter which conference.
Gosh. Donald had a hell of a game. I mean, he was there. He was preventing pressure. He's a force. I got to give it to him. Like, you watch him play, it's on the level, similar to Myles Garrett and stuff like that. But he's, that's who I'd put it with. So
it's been a long time while we're on defense that I've seen some defensive backs get as handsy as San Francisco was, especially at the beginning of the game, and not get a single call against them. That was insane. God. That should have been 2 flags in the end zone at the beginning of the game. The officiating keeps.
Oh God, yeah. There's some
Norman
keeps sucking.
Norman, defensive dog of the week.
Well, for LA, I'm pretty much with Aaron Donald, because he if he wasn't actually making a play, he was helping his teammates make plays by just pushing the pocket. And much respect for former Brown Alex Mack, because he had to deal with him all game. So he had his moments where he actually blocked him up. But I mean,
sweaty balls.
Yeah, he was just, Aaron Donald was just, he was just making it a point, and he was getting fired up on the sideline, and he did something he normally doesn't do, and he was talking to his teammates, getting them fired up when they got that turnover. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to him.
All right, Fatty, good. Let's go ahead and make some announcements. You ready?
Go ahead.
No, it's all you, brother.
Oh no. No.
Oh no, it's on you. You were ready. You got it locked and loaded.
You put the whip on me. You make whatever announcements you want. Oh, he left. He's got to go to the potty.
Come on, Fatty.
Right back in.
You got this, Fatty. You got this.
So, May 14th, we are doing Top Dog Tailgate in the Queen Dogs Cleveland. They're having a cornhole tournament and a tailgate there. We will be there live, and we're going to be doing some giveaways, and all proceeds will be going to the City Dogs of Cleveland. We're there for them because we've been a partner with them since the beginning. What's the other one? February 17th?
February 17th is the tentative date for our February live show.
For our next live show.
Yeah.
And also, little tentative date for a draft special.
Yeah, draft special. We are likely going to be at the Brick House in Sebring again. Awesome food, and we are going to do day 2 of the draft. That's the plan. We'll let you know as soon as it's set in stone, but we're like 98% sure that's what's happening. So we'll be there live day 2, and we'll be going over the first day of the draft, as well as what's going on day 2. So that'll be our draft special. That'll be fun. We also have a tentative date for fan meetup and podcaster networking event for February 19th. We're not sure if that's going to stick or not. We'll see, but that'll be in Cleveland or the greater Cleveland area. So Red Leg, I know you're planning on making the trip, so I'm
We'll
excited.
be there.
Red Leg, it won't be the 19th.
It might be. We'll see. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Hold on. Hey, NBA All-Star game in Cleveland. It won't be the 19th.
Oh, I'll be
We'll
busy.
We'll keep everybody updated. Everything's tentative. We were getting a feel for how many people would be interested in showing up and where we were going to be meeting up yet. So, but hey, I think that even if it's just me and Red Leg and Jared and Always Positive Jay, we'd still have a blast. So, yeah.
I know we would, because you know what happens when that happens? You and I are doing picklebacks.
No, we already discussed this. No more shots. No more shots.
No. We're allowed to do picklebacks.
We had a good time at Mr. B's last week, except for all right. So, Red Leg, were you watching last week?
I caught the first about half an hour, so I had some other stuff come up. So,
we had a technical difficulty, and by technical difficulty, one of us kicked the charger on accident under the table.
oh no!
And the computer we were streaming on died, and it took about 15 minutes to turn back on. So we're like, what a technical difficulty. Huh?
No names, please. But she has blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah, that's definitely not my wife. My wife was definitely not responsible.
I think I can picture her.
I think it's here before Red Leg. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
And now here's what's some incentive. Now, if you guys are doing the fan meetup on the 19th, if it works out, whatever, remind me, and I may bring some Cupid and or some Fat Jacks. Just remind me.
All right, screw Cupid, bring me Fat Jacks.
All right,
So good.
So there is definitely plenty to look forward to. We have a blast meeting and greeting and being out and about and hanging out. We got somebody to do the one chip challenge in Mr. B's. Yeah.
Hold on. We got to ship one out to Justin.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
We do have to ship one out to Justin. I have one set aside for him. We gave out lots of trading cards and T-shirts. Labatt gave us some T-shirts and koozies, and we were giving away all kinds of stuff. It was a blast. So make sure if you're in the area, you come hang out with us live.
We were supposed to give some away tonight. Did that not happen?
What's that?
Are we not giving away anything tonight?
So I posted on Facebook that if we got any YouTube subscribers, that we would give something, and that didn't happen. So
wait a minute, hold on.
Right, I think you already subscribed, Red Leg.
I'm resubbing.
But
Red Leg.
You mean like new subscribers?
Yeah.
Or already. Oh,
yep, new subscribers. So, yep.
Word, take half.
What's that?
Spread the word and take half.
Spread the word and take half.
Yeah.
Half of
You
what?
know what we're giving away?
All right.
That's what we're giving away. Spread the word, take half.
You guys missed out on $1 million.
yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, lots of fun stuff coming up. All right. Are we gonna end the show with Fatties on Fire?
Yeah, we are.
All right, let's do it. Fatties on Fire.
They're not a sponsor, but they should be. So cheers.
We're sponsored by Labatt Blue. I feel like I have to say that.
On that part. All right. So Craig told me about this wonderful story
I'm still on the phone.
about Jay telling Von Miller not to come to Cleveland. There it is. Look at that. Look at that beautiful. Don't come to Cleveland. First off, Why is it every time Cleveland gets mentioned, no big stars want to come here? Are we not good enough for you? Are we not fancy enough for you? Do we not have good stuff here? Because that's what it feels like. Because obviously, I'm sorry that we are not LA. We're not New York. We're not Chicago. We're not Miami. But you know, the one thing we do love is our sports here. And OBJ, we loved you ever since you came here. That trade happened. You came here. And hearing this bullshit right now makes me realize you quit on this fucking team. You told your dad to put out a goddamn video about you being wide open on routes that you're not open on, and the front office let you do it. So there's more shit behind the scenes with the Cleveland Browns than we will ever know as fans. And I'd love to see that 30 for 30 because I can almost guarantee that you would sit there. And I even had this argument. If you don't want to be someplace, and I'll go to all three of these guys here. If you don't like where you work at, what are you going to do? Half-ass it. That's exactly what OBJ did here. And guess what? He got his one freedom ticket out because guess what? Hits you twice in the hands. Look what you're doing for LA. One-handed catches and all sorts of shit, right? Hey, glad you're doing that, dick face. Second off, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, the third team in the AFC North, going to the Super Bowl. Browns fans, when do you actually hold the feet to the fire to deserve better? 3 AFC North teams have made the Super Bowl in the past 12 years. Why? Why are we so bad that we cannot even sniff it? Can't even sniff it. It has nothing to do with drafting. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's culture with this team. It is front office down to coaching. And if you tell me that it's all Baker Mayfield, you're smoking crack. Because Kevin Stefanski screwed this team. The front office screwed this team. Because other teams sat down their star quarterbacks when they got hurt. You know what we did? We paraded ours out there every week. I watched Kyler Murray sit down for 6 weeks. I watched other star quarterbacks sit down for 6 weeks. But ours? Nah. Send them out there. Let's go. And then on the last week where it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter one bit. I'm going to go have my surgery, guys. You guys have fun. We ruined all the fun toys we have here in Cleveland. And you know, it's sad. It's sad and it hurts. Because the fun toys that we have are our teams. And Cleveland Browns is the biggest team in Cleveland. It's not the Cavs. It's not Indians or Guardians. It's the Cleveland Browns. And right now, I got to watch Joe Burrow with no offensive line, a stud wide receiver. I'll give Joe Mixon credit. And I got to watch OBJ on the other side play for a Super Bowl as a Browns fan. And everybody on Twitter and everybody else can tell me how the hell I should feel about that. That it's okay that shit happens. It's not okay anymore. It's not okay anymore. I've been through enough bullshit. I've been through enough quarterbacks. I've been enough coaching changes. I've been through enough offensive coordinators. I've been through enough defensive coordinators. I've been enough of stockpiling damn draft picks that this is not acceptable anymore as a Browns fan. And there's other teams I can tell you. Miami Dolphins. Look what they did this year. New York Jets, not the laughing stock anymore. We are. You have New York Giants, still trying to figure out, but they're still not the laughing stock. We are. I'm tired of being everybody's punchline. I'm tired of rooting for a team that cannot get to that point. It's hard, Browns fans, and I will still root for the Browns. I don't care if you go 0-16 again. I don't care if Johnny Manziel, of all people, calls out Deshaun Kaiser and says, well, at least I didn't go 0-16. Well, guess what, Johnny Football? You weren't the fucking savior. We need this team to be better. We need this team to be competitive. And if it's not, then I don't know what to do. I don't know. Because obviously, I feel that we're cursed. That's how I feel with this Super Bowl right now. The one guy that quit on our team, and then the Northern Kentucky Bengals are playing in the Super Bowl. I feel like we're cursed. I really do. Like, we cannot, like, we sit there at Christmas, open up the gift, and we think it's all shiny and it's missing one leg. That's how I feel. We're missing one leg. And then also, and then I'll end it with this. Front office, coaching staff. If this is true, what happened with OBJ? What is said? And we're not behind the scenes. We don't know. Right? But if this is true, that he told a Hall of Fame linebacker not to come to Cleveland, and you sat there and watched him practice, you watched him play the game, you realize, there it is, don't come to Cleveland. You realized that this is where it's at with OBJ, and you waited till the trade deadline, not to trade him, but you released him afterwards. At that point in time, look at the fucking cancer in the room. Because obviously it was there. It was there from the beginning. It was there from the time being. And it was there right at the end. Because that's what torpedoed this team, is cancer in the room. Because what you did is, and especially here, I'll even say here, Browns players, I love you to death. You're cheering for a guy that quit on you. I'm glad he was a great teammate. I'm glad he bought you shoes. I love it. He fucking quit on you. And you guys are just cheering him along. Hey, bro, I hope you get your Super Bowl. That's awesome. He quit on you. And not a little bit quit. He quit by his dad putting something out on you. Take that in, Browns fans. See how that swallows down. I don't do this that often, but when I get burnt by somebody, when I see somebody not giving 100% effort, when I see somebody getting hit in the damn hands and not catching the ball, who's supposed to be a stud wide receiver, but he goes to another team and does it, you know what that means to me? Dwayne Bowe, Kenny Britt, all the other stud wide receivers that we thought we brought in here to change the culture. And guess what? Poisoned his friend. Have we heard shit from Jarvis? No, we haven't. And Jarvis, I love Jarvis. What do we do now, Browns fans? What do we do? You tell me. And this is Fatty's on Fire.
All right. And round of applause for Fatty there. I enjoyed it. But listen, Fatty, let me ask you. Let me move you right up here. Red Leg, I'm going to put you in the corner for a second. Fatty, a lot of Browns players were congratulating OBJ. So here's my question to you, and I'm not disagreeing with you at all. This isn't an argument. I just want your opinion. Do they not see that he quit on them? What is the reason for these players to be congratulating a guy like Odell who exited the way that he did? And is it okay? Is it not okay? Should we even care?
Okay, so here, how about this, Craig? Let me bring this up to you. You were asking me that question. If I buy you $20,000 shoes, all right, are you not going to root for me? If I leave, you're going to think I'm a great guy, right?
Sure.
He can show up to practice. He can do whatever he wants there, right? Doesn't mean shit on the game field. What am I going to say? Am I going to talk shit about somebody that bought me a whole bunch of stuff? Which he does. It's been shown that he takes care of everybody in the wide receiver group. But this is not just a wide receiver group. And this is why the Browns lost, because at that point in time, when you see these guys congratulate OBJ for getting cut and going to a next team, that the locker room was completely divided the entire year. Not a little bit, the entire year. You had the line in the sand like we do with Twitter. There is no gray. It was black and white.
All right. And interesting choice of words, because Redleg and Norman, I want to get your opinion on this. Redleg, I'll go to you first. But there were reports that OBJ was responsible for a divide in the locker room, and specifically that it was racially motivated, in that OBJ, and this is something we don't normally tackle on the show, but it was reported that OBJ turned black players against Baker Mayfield and the offense, especially on defense. Red, like, do you have any thoughts on this?
I would hope it's not true. I mean, if it is, it implies there's more racism in the locker room or whatever, but the relationship they seem to have with each other, no matter the race, seems to be strong. The way they support each other, they talk to each other. I think that's the problem that you're running into is the professional organization he's with versus the personal relationships they have with them. I mean, you're not going to hear Jarvis Landry say anything about OBJ because it's an understanding, right? If he says anything, it's going to go sideways, no matter if he says, positive or negatives. There's no room for racism anywhere in the world. There's just no room. So if it's true, he's a piece of shit. If it's not, it's a malicious rumor, and we'll never know that either way.
So I'm 100% with you, and again, this isn't something that I'm suggesting. This was based on an actual report that was reported on by the media. Norman, do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, because of even during this season and last season, the way the locker room supported each other, the way black and white players supported Baker Mayfield, Chubb being one of them, Miles, Njoku, and I don't see it. I when I heard you say that, first thing in my head, clickbait.
No,
I hope it is.
And then not arguing with you, Fatty, because like I said in the beginning, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't know yet.
Exactly.
But I honestly believe that Odell's dad did that because he thought, or in his opinion, his son was in a bad position and need to get out of Cleveland. So he figured if he opened his mouth, the team would get mad at OBJ and send him packing, which more or less happened. I don't think he had his dad do it, because the way this guy posts on the internet, if he had something to say, he'd have said it.
Yeah, but hold on. Now, you say that, but are you not controlling your dad?
Well, if anything, when it happened, I was mad at his dad.
But can you not look at your dad and go, "Dad, what are you doing? Take that shit down."
And well, see, here's the thing. it wouldn't have mattered if he took it down. It was up. Everybody photoshopped it and screenshotted it and everything else.
You as a father, me as a father, you wouldn't go, son, I'm about to post this. Is this
No,
okay?
because you as the father, and that's your son, he's still your son.
I
So
understand
he probably just posted that shit.
That's,
OBJ probably called him up later and said, "Dad, why you do that? That wasn't cool."
but
And
that's,
and
but
his
he
father
never,
said, "Just let him blame me. Let him blame me."
I know, but OBJ never came out and said anything about it. He just let it go.
I didn't expect him to. I wouldn't expect him to put his father on the chopping block.
No, just be like, I didn't really.
If he said I didn't do it, then he put his dad on the chopping block. So he did what I expected him to do. He didn't speak on it unless he spoke to the Browns organization. And they might have said, well, tell us how you feel. And he might have said, well, I'm willing to stay the rest of the season, but if it's going to be toxic because of what my dad said, I'd rather leave instead of like causing any more issues in the locker room. And he might have fell on his sword with management behind closed doors. And they might have just said, you know what, we're going to go ahead and let you, do your thing. Because there actually weren't any trade partners, because anybody that wanted them, and it was LA, they was going to wait for him to just get cut. And as it turned out, it wasn't a whole lot of teams bidding for him, probably because of what happened and how it went down and how they look at it, saying, we don't want nobody bringing any drama into our locker room. LA, on the other hand, was like, we need some more pieces because we're right there. And we think we can get there if we get a little more backup in certain areas. And they did. So now here's the question. Will he get re-signed next year? He's a free agent.
It's a great question, and I think that he's done nothing but help his value, based on him catching the ball for the most part when it's thrown to him. But there's going to be serious questions because he may not have wanted to be in Cleveland. He may have been a diva, may have been high maintenance, may have talked his way out of town. I don't even think he wanted to be here this year. There's reports that I absolutely believe that, he came here and he participated because he was traded here. He didn't have much of a choice. He was here with Jarvis, but I don't think he wanted to be here this past year. I don't even know if he wanted to be here the year prior. There's reports that he didn't want to be here, and Stefanski and Barry said, too bad. We want you here. So I don't know, but he did help his value out a little bit towards the end of the year. But teams are going to ask him, are you going to ad lib on your routes? Are you going to be a headache? Things like that. So maybe him and Jarvis will end up on the same team together somewhere. But Beckham is going to want way too much Bitcoin for a lot of teams. So I don't know. It all depends. He's going to need to go somewhere that's willing to pay him a little bit. So
I wanted to come back on something you just said. Am I the only one, or does everybody think that Jarvis is just going to be gone this year?
Jarvis, my personal opinion is that it's a stretch that Jarvis is going to be here next year. Couple reasons. His production, while he has leadership value, his production isn't. Where'd we go?
I'm. What do you eat, Norman?
Oh,
eat something. Spaghetti,
garlic bread, salad.
In your beautiful house?
Yes.
Greg, I'm going to stay with him. I'm sorry. I took over controls. I saw him eating something.
No, but Jarvis, yeah. So I don't think he'll be here next year. He makes way too much money. It doesn't correlate with his production. He has tremendous leadership capabilities. I think that some of the fire that he had might be lost. We have guys that can lead by example. Myles Garrett and Nick Chubb could take bigger roles in the locker room. Guys like Denzel Ward, they're not generally considered leaders, at least from the outside. We don't see that. But these guys lead by example because they have to be putting in the work or they wouldn't be performing the way that they are. Now they could restructure his contract
That's what I was thinking.
if Jarvis wants to be here.
Right.
Now, even if he wants to be here, listen, these guys only get so many shots to make money, and this was Jarvis's contract, and he's likely not going to get another one like it. So if I'm Jarvis, even if I love Cleveland, if you're going to take $10 million off my family's plate, I'm probably going to hold your feet to the fire and hope that I'm calling a bluff, you know.
Well,
but
here's what I was thinking though. And I forgot what show I was watching, but they said it as I was thinking it. If they were to restructure his contract, even if they had to officially cut him in order to do it, all they would have to do is give him, you know, more upfront money, signing bonus, and then sign him for a lesser contract.
But that's
And then keep him, because see, here's the deal. He is still the leader vocally and by example when he's not hurting too bad physically. In that locker room for those wide receivers. You're already speculating one, maybe two wide receivers will get drafted because this is a rich pool of wide receivers. Who better for them to learn from than the Jarvis? Now, if they can't do nothing as far as work his contract, then, you know, the NFL is a business. He's going to move on. But as far as how much money he can get, I'm thinking right now, I don't see him going anywhere else and getting that same kind of contract.
Right.
So
now, here's the thing. He's got a 16.9, or I'm sorry, a 16.4 million cap hit next year. You can convert money into signing bonuses. His base salary is supposed to be 14.3, but you still have to pay him, and Haslam has to be okay with that. Barry has to be okay with that. But his dead cap hit is only $1.5 million, so it doesn't really cost them anything to move on.
To let him go. Right.
To let him go. All right,
yeah.
So I'm not trying to cut you guys off, but we got to get out of here. We are over our time slot by about 20 minutes. So we had fun. Thank you, Norman. Thank you, Redleg, for joining. We are going to move on. And all right. Appreciate you guys coming on the show. All right. So that is the Dawgs Table. We are a live Cleveland Browns discussion show that anybody can join. And we are sponsored and brought to you by Labatt Blue and Remax Edge Realty, the JC Group. We are part of the Big Play Network. We are Team Big Play. Appreciate all you guys joining the show, checking us out. We are now on TikTok, by the way, at Dawgs Table. So make sure you give us a follow there if you're on TikTok. And until next time, next Tuesday at 8 o'clock, go Browns.